Hello everyone, and welcome to the 51st episode of the Poorly Planned Podcast. My name is Benedict. You probably know me better as BHL Hudson. Here with me as always is my friend, co-host, and big fan of the movie Treasure Planet, Frederick.
You nailed it. You nailed it. The intro's gold. That is a very good movie.
Here we talk about movies, TV shows, bunch of nonsense. Little disclaimer, this was recorded on August 21st, 2020, so if we're not up to date with all, any new information, if we say something that's kind of out of date from then, that is why. We're back. We're back for what a lot of people wanted for episode 50. By a lot, I mean, 2 people suggested it, but we're saving it for its own whole episode.
Yeah,
51.
for the fans.
Our favorite movies of all time. So, how we're going to do this, we've both picked out 5 of our favorite movies of all time. We're going to talk about them. Spoilers for all of them. Their time codes in the description. Although don't look if you don't want to spoil the picks. But if we mention a movie and you haven't seen it, just skip to the next one. And kind of obvious disclaimer, but it's very hard to get your 5 favorite movies. Yeah. These are our 5.
I did these on my way here today. So
yeah,
there's probably a lot I've missed out on.
It's a bit off the top of the head. It's a bit right now. This can change.
Yeah.
We can rattle through some honorable mentions at the end. And also I want to make very clear, these are not what we think are the 5 best movies ever. The 5 most well-made.
Oh, yeah.
We're not saying these are the best made movies ever. We're saying these are our personal favorites. We have 5 movies we can watch for the rest of our lives, or we want to show someone.
It's probably these.
These are those 5. Probably. I mean, again, subject to change. So I think, and also no particular order, I'd say. So, actually, this will definitely complicate my notes, but would you like to start?
Oh my god, what an honor. Well, I spent a little bit of time thinking about the other 4/5, but off the top of my head, which means something, I guess you could say. Gotta hit you with the Inglorious Bastards.
The instinct for the Inglorious.
It is just, it's so good. I was considering also, not to spoil anything that won't be on here, I guess, but I was considering Django as well, but of the Tarantinos, that is by far my favorite.
Yeah, I'm between Inglorious and Django are my favorite, but they're both, I'd say they're both my even though everyone loves Pulp Fiction, I'd say those two.
Pulp Fiction is also very good, but yeah, I'd say I'd watch those.
Yeah, it's still great, but but those two are,
it's magnifique. Yeah, everything, the action, the the pit comedy, the pit accent.
The pit accent is incredible. He can't abide that. Actually, he can't.
No, please. You think he can abide it?
You'd eventually
Fool. The little man, of course.
The little man. The German's nickname for me is the little man.
I'm still surprised that his real name is BJ.
It's the content you come to this pod for.
I'll just say that is a rough life he must have lived.
He definitely went by Bob or whatever his actual name is.
But God, yeah. So it's just, yeah. Because from start to finish, I'm just I'm entertained. Sometimes with movies, you're sitting there there's a few times where it kind of falls off, but this one it's
not a dull moment.
Exactly, it's very, very, and also a clever movie, the German pub scene when they're sitting in there with the Nazi officers.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
No, I think Tarantino in his writing has a really amazing ability to immerse you in a scene of dialogue, and because those are the movies where, even if it's not bad, but those are the parts in movies where maybe you zone out for a second if there's a really long conversation scene, and there's not a second where you're not,
because there are some very long conversations.
Yeah, but you're always,
but it's always
and they're even they're not even related to the plot a lot of the time. They're playing a game of charades or talking about milk or all that, but it's so well written and so engaging. Tense, and the first scene is so tense, and it's a very excellent.
Shoshana,
Vaults.
The tango.
Yeah, no, it's
such a good movie.
Very, very funny too. It has so many iconic scenes that are. It's also darkly funny. I mean, the bear Jew scene.
The bear Jew.
That's a good pitch.
Now you know about Al the Apache. You know about the bear Jew.
Yeah, it also has what I love with Tarantino is that even if the good guys aren't necessarily
good,
good,
you still root for them.
You root for them, and the much worse guys in this place, the Nazis,
get
they
get what they deserve.
Exactly
it's kind of
Adolf Hitler gets machine gun in the face in this movie. Come on,
you freaking see it as well.
How is this not amazing?
Kind of like Get Out, where you're sitting there they just do everything right against the bad guys.
It's exactly what you would want to happen,
exactly.
And
it's a feel good in a weird way.
In a very odd way. No, an excellent, very excellent, entertaining movie, I would say as well. Yeah, if you have anything more to say about it.
Not much.
It's not that good.
Okay, I'll take it back.
Great music too. And Jackson cameo.
Jackson, of course.
As you gotta. Well, I would say my number one,
Of all
unsurprisingly, at the moment, it changes from hour to hour, but the poster on my wall does not lie.
Les Seven Boys of Cristal. Tintin.
Yeah, that's the one. Baby Driver. I would have to put it up there. This is actually part of the start of the pod, but you remember before this came out, I had a little bit of a, let's call it a healthy obsession with
I'd say an unhealthy, very difficult phase. Many a time I was sitting there, God.
I was so excited for this movie. I watched those trailers probably more than I've ever watched any trailer. But remember we went on this camping trip for school?
Yeah.
And I remember literally when I woke up, and this is such a weird memory, but I remember I got outside and it was no one was awake yet, and it was all nice and dewy and the summer morning, and I stood there for a little bit, and then I watched the trailer again, and now whenever I see that trailer, I associate it with that dewy Danish morning, you know?
I mean, it's a
beautiful moment.
That does sound pretty good.
but
I mean, I wish I could get as excited for you. No, as you, for a movie, but
it was so... it
delivered.
Bro, my most prized possession, I don't even know if I'll put this in, but is this pair of sunglasses I bought for multiple reasons. Because A...
I mean, they look pretty good.
Nice sunglasses. Yeah. B, from the movie, inspired by Baby Driver. C, first thing I ever bought with my own earned money from YouTube. And D, there have been...
Many a woman tell you.
There have been a billion times where they should have been lost. I think I've lost them or something. And they
always
show up back in my I don't know how it happens. And so, anyway, Baby Driver. I really went off on a tangent there. Just a very, very...
God, the amount of... Actually, there's been a limited number of women who have very much boosted your ego. Saying whenever you've worn those, you look kind of like Baby. From Boss Baby. And man. Goodness.
Yeah, no, Freddie...
It's been a rough ride. I am but a bats to him.
God. But, I mean, the music is amazing, the action... Similarly, it's a movie with no dead air. Even the romance, which people... a lot of people don't really like. I still like it.
But it's just
It's the worst part of the movie, but it's still pretty good.
I don't know. Their chemistry is fine, I'll say. But, the fact that she, runs away with him... Was it, what? One date she went on with him.
Something like that,
and then she's like, baby.
It's a good impression.
That's my darling. That's my bat. I don't know. It seems... That's a little bit unrealistic. A little bit, Hollywoodized.
But that's what I think it's supposed to be. I think it's intentionally... kind of like a 1950, because with the diner and everything.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
But the music, the action is phenomenal.
It's built around the
yeah, exactly. It's such a fun premise for a movie. I think it's my favorite of Edgar Wright's. Amazing cast. I mean, come on, we got Fox, Ham. I mean, there is the unfortunate Spacey in the room.
We also got the Punisher.
Oh, we got what's his name? Bernthal. Griff. Amazing finale. Just such
it's a really good finale.
Ham is amazing.
I will say that it is. Do you think it's a pun that his name's Miles?
Yes, 100%.
That's so stupid.
It's not great.
It's really bad.
But the rest of it.
I was so surprised when I found out your name was Miles.
Was centimeters.
What kilometer?
Was car.
Was man driving vehicle.
But
that is just so... I find that, yeah.
But I think the moment when Leon gets impaled, the whole build-up to that moment...
Not his death the other time.
Yeah, just Ham just throws a spear at him. But that whole scene is it's so... And then the chase scene right afterwards, it's so exciting. Yeah. Well, so I've seen it so many times. Love it. I love his relationship with what's his name, Joe, his foster dad.
Oh yeah, that is quite
so sweet. Brilliant movie. Moving on to Podka.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, can you blame me?
The first one?
I'd say the trilogy. But if we're taking as one of the three movies,
it has to be the first one.
It'll probably be the first one.
Yeah.
But let's talk about this as
Sure,
the first
sure,
three.
sure.
God, because I've just watched those like genuinely at least 50 times each. Like,
Oof.
also because I remember when I was like young, probably my parents shouldn't have allowed me to do it, but like, I'd be sick a lot. Not anything bad.
Your parents shouldn't have allowed that.
But they'd always like stay up with me. We'd watch Pirates of the Caribbean. It was like, such
Aw.
good memories. Good memories.
That is
It's
that is
really good.
sweet.
And I mean, my favorite movie character of all time is the Sparrow.
Is Will Turner.
No. Pirates. Jack Sparrow. That was my Bardem.
Javier.
That was my Javier. Anyways,
Nice.
let's not talk about that movie. Sparrow.
That's not a bad Bardem.
Thank you. Jack Sparrow.
Okay, that wasn't as good.
That was
should have quit while you were
That was
in.
a Thwaites-esque thing right there. But yeah, like the action. Also, I'd say like, not that I'm very focused on this, not a nerd like you, but like the CGI from like was it like 2001 it was released.
It's very good
It-
for that.
It holds up, I'll say.
Yeah.
And the villain, like all the characters are so great. Like some say that Will and Elizabeth are a little bland, a little vanilla.
Yeah,
I
I can't
don't
imagine
agree.
who would say that.
I don't.
Only
don't
a man
agree.
who would love the relationship between Miles and Deborah.
Exactly. Miles and Deborah. I bet her name is like millimeters.
Brake pedal.
Car and brake pedal, the ultimate couple.
But no, genuinely, they do have good chemistry.
They've got amazing. You say good? Let's top that. And it's just
It is the
Barbosa.
ultimate-
You gotta love the Barbosa.
Gents.
Take a walk. I don't. I don't have. We've already talked a bunch about it. I
We
just.
have a whole episode about the pod.
Yeah,
Pirates
exactly.
movies.
So like, it's just.
It's the ultimate adventure movie, you know?
I know it is actually between. This is tough actually. Between Pirates and Inglorious, I would probably, if I had to watch one of those for the rest of my life, I would probably watch the Pirates trilogy.
Well, it's also like, well, that's 3 movies, so you are
Well,
cheating a little bit. If I had to watch one movie for the rest of my life, it would be
I'll
these
watch-
10 movies.
You know what I mean?
I do, but it's also, there's definitely something to be said for, like, memories and, like, nostalgia. Yeah, like, watching, like, the love you have for movies. In fact, the next one, The Incredibles, I think we both sort of have a bit of
The
that.
Incredibles is probably in my honorable mentions. Yeah.
It may be the movie I've seen the most times, maybe.
Really?
Just because, especially as a kid.
It's probably the like animated movie I've seen the most times.
Yeah, definitely that. I mean, I think we've done an episode on it. No, we've talked about it before. We've done a Ben and Fred watch for it. But it's incredible. I mean, I didn't hear. God damn it! Now it looks like I really tried.
Are lame.
My notes just say it's incredible,
And then pretend like it didn't happen.
and then act like you didn't write this note. Don't tell Freddy in capital letters.
It's
Just a super
I will say that
fun,
the second one does not like it's good, but it's not nearly,
as good. No.
Also, the animation. I know it's like evolved, but I prefer the old
Exactly.
animation.
Yeah. It's.
Seeing Bob Parr with wrinkles? Excuse me.
No, yeah, it's almost like too like smooth, you know.
Yeah.
Like there's some. It feels like there's more of an edge to the animation of the original, where it's like not more realistic, but yeah, like it. I don't know. I prefer it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the action, the music, just
Yes, it is.
voice acting, and a really great story that works very well as a kids movie, but then also, you know, for just a regular movie is also an interesting story, and for the superhero genre, an interesting story.
The Underminer.
That's
Very good.
the highlight of the story.
I'd say so.
Is
After
the
the story is
closing
done.
Very like good emotional moments, a sweet story about like really good characters, a sweet like family dynamic.
Yeah.
Just an excellent movie. I've written down, since we've talked about it so much, I've got some trivia here for us.
Oh.
This isn't necessarily the best trivia, but just what
Okay.
made me chuckle a little bit when I saw it. So Jason Lee, the voice of Syndrome, recorded his vocals in 4 days, while Craig T. Nelson of Bob Parr fame recorded his vocals over the span of 2 years. So I just imagine
Craig T. Nelson.
just in the booth, like locked in there for 2 years. They slip him
You
some
can say
food
one
occasionally.
word a day. Go on, Craig. Do it, Nelson. Let me see what Craig Nelson looks like.
He actually looks
Does
a
he
bit.
look like Bob Parr?
No, but he looks like he could have that voice.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah. Then Samuel L. Jackson was cast as the voice of Frozone because Brad Bird wanted the character to have the coolest voice. So fair enough. You went with you could have gone Craig T. Nelson with dual roles, but... And then in order to give Dash a realistic out-of-breath voice, Brad Bird made Spencer Fox run laps around the studio, which I feel like is not necessary at all, but fair enough. Spencer Fox just got, like, tortured on set.
So for, like, with the Jason Lee and Craig T. Nelson differences, do they never record, like, together?
They do sometimes, but not... often in animated movies, they do it separately. Really? I think with Monsters, Inc., that's one of the few where, like, they did it together.
Have you seen like behind the scenes of Rango? Sorry to bring this up now. I know you feel strong about Rango. But have you seen that? How it's like completely different from normal, where it's like they get props and like costumes and everything, and they basically like act it out. But then like obviously
is it motion capture?
It's not motion capture.
Oh,
it's just like they basically act out the animated scenes, right? So you see Johnny.
I think I have seen that actually.
It's very very like interesting to watch because it's not like very close to the mic, so like you get the kind of like. If they're far away, it actually like proper sounds far away. It's not just like dimmed, you know. It's very. I think you should check it out. It's a pretty cool video. It's like see Johnny walking. Boom, boom.
That's what I'll watch.
That's why you watch. But like that seems like also way more fun. Like
seems like a good. I mean, yeah, they try to trying to immerse the actors more
exactly.
in the role. That's interesting. No, yeah, I should rewatch Rango because I didn't like it when I saw it, but I saw it when I was like 9.
I was scared when I saw it first time.
Yeah. So I think I should rewatch it.
Recently. It was so good. Very good, Johnny.
Moving on to your next pick.
The Gentleman. God.
Well, we did just do a bit of an episode on this, but...
God, it's such a good movie.
It is a pretty good
I will say, maybe there's a bit of bias, or maybe not bias is the right word, but like...
Because you just seen it?
Both just seen it, and I saw it, like, some of these movies I haven't seen in the cinema, but seeing it in the cinema, it just has, like, it packs a bigger punch, you know? So I think that it's still recent, and that I saw it in the cinema, like, it maybe ups it a little bit, but still, like... right now, I'd be down to watch it again.
Me too. No, we should do a Ben and Fred watch that sometime.
Ooh.
We actually got some suggestions for Ben and Fred watches in the episode 50 that I didn't mention, but it was like Cat in the Hat and something else, which I think would make a very good Ben and Fred watch. So maybe we'll see if we can do
down.
that. I would love to, but it was just recording things. But yeah, Gentlemen, very very good.
Very very good. Amazing performance. I've never liked Hunnam more, and I love.
And you love him in everything.
Yeah. No, it's a lot of like very good cast as well. You know, it's Fahawk was my favorite.
Calm the Fahawk down. But Boxes of Bush.
Boxes of great song.
Great cast. I think it's interesting that we have like with Guy Ritchie, Edgar Wright, and Tarantino. It's a lot of like you can tell sort of that we like these sort of stylized like action comedy music mixed in, like because they're not super similar, but they're a little bit similar in that way. And it's a great movie. Yeah,
we talked about it, but it's amazing.
Yeah, I think for a bunch of these also because we need to take a break soon, so we might give very brief reviews and then just read this stupid trivia. Okay. So Creed is my next one. Might actually be my favorite over Baby Driver. Oh. Because also I'm really into boxing now, and I'm really into the Rocky movies. But the great thing is I saw it before any of that, and it's a perfect movie for people, even if you don't like the Rocky movies or boxing as a sport.
I do love the Rocky movies though.
It's just a brilliant movie. Excellently made. I've made a lot of videos on it. I'm gonna make more. Very fun. It's super inspirational. It gets me motivated every time I watch it. Great story. Just a wonderful, wonderful film with great performances and amazing boxing sequences. And the best training montages you've ever seen in your life. Oh god, that training montage is so good.
Did I mention the training montage?
It's so good though. But hey, I have some trivia here.
I think it's a good movie, but I do not know why you're like...
When I saw it in the cinema, that's the first time. It was the first time I've ever wanted to like stand up and cheer in the cinema. I'm not one of those guys, so I didn't do it. But
yo, you do realize we watched Sausage Party together, right? And you cheered multiple times.
Yay, Rogan! Creed trivia. While training, Adonis wears a shirt with the message, "Why do I want to fight? Because I can't sing and dance." This was a line from Rocky to Adrian in their ice skating date. Now, I remember that date, and I did see that shirt, and I thought it was odd that Rocky would make merchandise with his conversation with his wife 50 years ago for, people to wear. I don't understand how that became a thing, but whatever. And also, Pretty Ricky Conlon is played by real-life Liverpool boxer Tony the Bomber Bellew, and I just enjoyed that piece of trivia, because now...
Who's Pretty Ricky? Is he like the main guy?
He's the villain.
Is he the main guy? Oh, is it the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I just thought it was interesting because I've now gotten into boxing. I've seen Tony Bellew's fights. I've seen him fight. Is he any good? He is. Although he did, I think his last fight he got knocked out against Alexander Usyk, and it's pretty brutal one. But there's also a great He's also very good friends with Eddie Hearn.
I love Eddie
So
Hearn.
you've probably seen him in some memes of Hearn's, because there's one time where after a boxing match, Hearn tried to hug him, and then he pushes him off like very dramatically. But then the next time they clearly talked about it, Hearn comes in, they do a giant like bear hug. Anyway, good for you, Bellew.
I'll say my favorite Eddie Hearn so far is Shaboom, motherfuckers. We are live. Oh, you just see the concern, but also the fact that he doesn't really care.
No, Eddie is a classic man. Him and Cougs on the interviews. Next up, you have 7.
Yeah, this again, I don't know. This is by far my favorite like thriller movie, and maybe favorite Pitt performance. And there's a lot of Pitt performance.
You get 2 Pitts on here.
I got 2 Pitts. It is. Have you seen this?
I have actually. Yeah.
It is. You must agree. It's a very, very good movie.
It's very good. It's very dark.
It is quite. You know how I am. I'm very underground.
Says the man with like the flowing red hair and like the least subtle human being I think I've ever seen.
It's just again. We also got 2 spaces on here, but
that's very unfortunate.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Why do we have 2 spaces?
Okay. Looking past everything. Right?
He was a good actor, but it's weird to say that
okay,
now,
okay.
You know?
Yeah, Morgan's great. Pitt is great.
What's in the box?
What's in the box, man? Come on. Like, very, very, like, evil ending. And it's like how he, like, reveals that, like, Pitt didn't know his wife was pregnant, and Spacey did. And
Oh, yeah, that's a gruesome ending.
And he's like, oh, he didn't even know. They laughs.
No, yeah,
It's freaky.
Spacey is a terrible person in real life and on the big screen.
Also, fun fact for you. During filming, Pitt actually like broke either his forearm or like wrist or something, right? And then they basically like it was pretty bad, right? And then they basically had to incorporate that into the movie. And then they just got Pitt falling down a ladder or some shit.
Yeah.
And that,
I remember that.
His arm was actually broken. But yeah, little fun fact for you there.
Oh, goodness. No, yeah, it's a very good movie. It's very, very brutal.
Very, very dark. Very brutal.
I think why I don't like it is just, I liked it, but why I wouldn't consider it like a favorite is just, like, it's same that I don't like horror movies that much. Like, I can find them really good and interesting, and some of them
it's not
I
something
like.
you'd like watch again, maybe.
No, because
I get that. I don't have the urge to watch it again.
It's so gruesome.
On an academic level.
No, yeah, it's a very good film.
Yeah.
Then my last one would be Kingsman.
Wait, you skipped one.
Did I? Oh shit.
God.
Okay, my second to last one will be Kingsman. we just did an episode on it, so I'm just going to read some trivia here.
Okay.
Colin Firth, who plays Harry Hart, would not let his own children, who were aged 11 and 13, to watch this movie. I will just say I was 13 when I watched this movie, so Firth, get it together. Your kid, a 13-year-old can handle it.
Yeah.
I feel like Kingsman is made for 13-year-olds, to be honest. Like, that's
very,
like the perfect
very,
age to watch
teenage humor.
It's like Deadpool, yeah. Like, it's like 13 to 18 is like a great
I know
time
there's an
to
age
appreciate
restriction,
it.
but come on, Firth. Jesus.
The phrase, maybe he didn't want to have his kids see him like killing 1,000 people. Actually, the phrase that Hart quotes before the bar fight, "Manners maketh man," is the motto of British schools, Winchester College and Urmston Grammar School.
Sounds like a weird, like, disease.
Urmston's not a funny piece of trivia, but I just found it interesting. And then a very fun note, also interesting. The final choices for the role of Gary Muggsy Unwin were Jack O'Connell, John Boyega, and Taron Egerton.
John Boyega from Star Wars?
Yeah, and I actually think John Boyega would have made a very good Muggsy, so...
I can see it. I think Muggsy is the ultimate Muggsy, though.
Yeah, Muggsy does work very well as Muggsy, but, you know, I can't unsee Taron in the role.
Very
Philosophical.
high intelligence talks here. Muggsy does work well as Muggsy.
But I think John Boyega would have also worked quite well. And Jack O'Connell, I haven't really seen him much. So, now on to your last one.
Yeah. So this is, I could probably come up with movies I would maybe like more than this, but this is just off the top of my head, and I'm kind of torn between these two. Treasure Planet is probably my favorite animated movie. It's gotten, apparently it's like called Disney's biggest flop, which makes sense that I'd like it.
That's very much you.
But like, it's just so good. You've seen it, right?
I've not.
You've not seen,
but I've heard it's very good.
It is so good. I think you genuinely really like it. It's like it's Treasure Island, but just in space. It's very, very good, and it's got one of my favorite, like, I guess, theme songs, or like, I don't know, like climax songs. I don't know how you'd say that. It's like the song,
soundtrack, or the
soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack's what, like, but a specific song in it. It's like I'm Still Here. It's just so good, very, very good. Characters are very good. I genuinely think the only time I've ever cried in like an anime movie animated movie. I've cried in anime, please. Was during this because it's got a like pretty emotional thing going for it.
Oh my goodness.
And yeah, it's just so good. And then I was split between this movie and then V for Vendetta,
which I have seen.
Which you have seen, and God, I don't know. There's something about it.
That's so a good movie. It's what makes it one of your favorites though? Because I don't know,
like the main guy is just
Hugo.
Hugo's so good at
very good
role. Honestly, it's probably like the reason I like it so much is probably because I like that character so much. Like same with Johnny, but I like the whole like franchise there. But like for V, like V in that is just so debonair.
Oh, sir.
Boom.
Sound like you're from Urmston Grammar School right here.
Please.
But Natalie Portman's also really good.
Yeah, she is.
Stephen Fry, I think, is in it. He's really good.
He is.
But there's the domino sequence.
Domino is very, very good. Also, like the remember the 5th of November,
and the big explosion at the end.
It's very like not mysterious in a way, but it does pack a little bit of a I don't know. It's weird to describe, but I love it.
It is entertaining. It is a very entertaining film.
And I love the ending where spoilers, but where he dies, but he like fights off what is like 30 bad guys, takes a bunch of bullets to the vest, and then like stabs the royal British prick in his mouth.
That's his official title. The Royal British Prick.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a great movie.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty good. I wouldn't call it a favorite, but I think it's pretty good.
But you get it.
And now my final one, and again a movie we've talked about a lot.
All right, sorry.
But I'll read some trivia. But yeah, The Avengers have to be up there. It's
that's what started it all for you.
I mean, it's my favorite cinema experience. It's what got me into like as much like I was into superhero stuff before because of other things like the Justice League show, but it's really what got me into that. And it's just an extremely fun, just a great ride and just a beautiful climax to the Marvel Phase 1. Yeah, still my favorite superhero movie. Just an absolutely brilliant film.
Yeah.
So now some trivia. Robert Downey Jr. kept food hidden all over the lab set, and apparently nobody could find where it was, so they just let him continue doing it. In the movie, that's his actual food he's offering, and when he was eating, it wasn't scripted. He was just hungry. So Robert gives zero fucks about like set rules and stuff. So good on you, Robert.
How the hell does he pull that off? I'll say that The Avengers was the very first like superhero movie I've ever watched. Like I didn't watch any of the Marvel movies before that, so
there you go.
Basically started my career in YouTube as well.
Yeah, no, you like it too as well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's very good.
The shocked expression of Loki after being slammed by the Hulk was created by animation director Mark Chu, shaking Tom Hiddleston violently and repeatedly. Now, I don't really understand this piece of trivia, but from what I'm getting from it, Mark Chu literally grabbed Tom Hiddleston, just shook him, and then put that face onto something. Like, I don't know if that's like a metaphor for something, but I think that's what it is, which seems odd. Also, I don't know why they'd have to CGI like his face seems pretty shocked. Well, pretty normal there. Like, I feel like actor Tom Hiddleston could have just done a shocked face.
Is this when he's like, is it when he's like lying on the ground?
Yeah, he's like yeah, I think Hiddleston could have just, I think Mark Chu just had a bone to pick. And then
I need to shake.
And then finally, Gwyneth Paltrow is noticeably barefoot in all of her scenes in Stark Tower, while Robert Downey Jr. is in 3 or 4 inch platform shoes, so he looks taller than her.
Is he not taller than her?
Is he very tall? He's very short. Oh. Now, initially, I thought this was just going to be like a Tarantino, like, foot fetish thing, but then it turned into a sad, like, Robert Downey
fact.
Yeah, Downey's insecurities fact.
Why he's eating so much he wants to grow.
Oh my god. And now I'm not going to read through all these honorable mentions, but
I've got one honorable mention. You've probably got a few here.
No, I mean just like other movies that I've loved, like Birdman is an excellent movie, Whiplash, The World's End and Hot Fuzz,
La
La Land, the Kung Fu Panda is a classic, A Few Good Men, Nice Guys, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Mm-hmm. I'll say
Indiana Jones.
Have you ever seen Leon the Professional?
I've not, but I do know you love that one.
It's very good. That's
with your boy wait. What's his name? The Ass. Yes. From Couples Retreat.
Marseille.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. Stop! Okay, swim. When Vaughn's getting attacked by sharks.
A classic scene.
God, so good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, a couples retreat. That's what you're saying, right?
I'll put couples retreat.
Harry Potter 3 and 8 classics as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Dread.
Dread is that's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
But yeah, so we're missing a bunch of stuff, but you know, this is just kind of off the top of the dome kind of thing. I mean, not really for me. I clearly wrote this down, but generally more off the top of the dome. So anyway.
Oh, what is this note?
Well, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Now, just a couple of announcements here. First, should we just do the Timecodes first?
Oh, let's do it.
It's time for
the Timecodes.
So, I did not read this article, but I saw the headline. I thought it was interesting. I think Tom Cruise bans his co-stars from running next to him. Now, I think it's better if we don't read the article and just speculate on that headline.
I agree.
I think so. Cruise.
I feel like if we read the headline, we'll never be the same.
Yeah, we need to just speculate. So I think Cruise just.
That's such a.
I don't know why he would, because I think he would outrun all of them. He would look much. Yeah. Him and Cavill in a race. That's not a contest.
Cavill can barely run.
But interesting Cruise fact.
Yeah, that's very strange.
Good on you, Cruise, or
bad on you. I don't know.
We didn't read the article, so we can't hold us accountable. And now I also have a little note here, which it's been a while since we did just a random. Not a rant, but just a thing that I noticed.
Okay.
Because this podcast is
very... It's been a long time since you've noticed something.
This podcast is very...
Good.
Debatable. By design, it's very haphazard. It's poorly planned. That's it. It's in the title.
Yeah, please.
But I still think we come up with some decent movie review stuff. But I do sometimes think is it too haphazard? Should we have a little bit more of a plan? And then lately, for whatever reason, I've been listening to this podcast about Westworld. Which is a professionally done podcast. Yeah. And it's good. It's solid.
It's genuinely garbage.
I'm not going to say which one either because I don't want to start any beef with the podcast.
We don't want the pod wars coming back.
Because we would win. But
don't want to decimate our foes.
But in a professionally made podcast, reviewing something, we, in our stupid podcast, come up with better reviews for movies than they do there. Which I just thought was, with us just completely just off the top of our heads, we come up with better points about the movies and are also have a little bit of more entertainment than this thing where they're kind of what's this character called and what I didn't really get this I don't know, they're review because it's professional. They're I really liked this episode. I thought it was good. And I'm
what the hell?
If we did that, I think it'd be more acceptable because we're poorly planned. But we also do more than that.
Yeah, so we go above and beyond.
So I'm not saying our podcast is great, but I just thought it was interesting that compared to one professional review pod, our pod, I would say, stands above in both entertainment and film analysis.
God.
So
that's a good feeling.
That's a dub for us.
Big L's to them.
It's still a pretty decent podcast, but anyway. So
we're not even going to do a test.
Oh no, I already did the test before you got here, sir.
Oh my god.
Well, this is a little weird, but this is recorded in the future ? / past. This is getting very confusing with our recording times, but basically my idea is for the upcoming episodes, as we talked about, we're going to be doing episodes pre-recorded because Freddie's going off to university. Mm-hmm. So, I was thinking every week, because we want to stay up to date with the fans, we want to interact with the comments, with the
fans
fan
are
art.
half the pod.
So, we thought I would every week FaceTime or call or give just a little. The audio won't be great, but it's only for a little 5-10 minute segment where we can, put in the latest fan art, the latest comments, stuff we want to talk about. So I thought we'd start today while you're still here to add in a little thing for episode 51. So we're recording this September 8th. It's confusing, but let's just get into the announcements and such. Ooh. Firstly, I want to say. Actually, we'll get to the sweet stuff later. Firstly,
let me tell you some bad shit that went on.
GC Green's latest fan art. That would be the couples retreat poster.
You sent me this, and I was horrified.
It's excellently done. I especially like Ass-tastic from Vince Vaughn, and then This Movie Sucked from Jon Favreau. Couples retreat without the couples.
The sequel that nobody asked for.
So thank you so much, GC. That's amazing. Give me a good laugh. Then. That's more sweet stuff. God, there's so many wholesome things for this announcement.
Guys, be more assholes.
Alexis Herrera sent in a very nice email. I won't read the whole thing because it's a very sweet message. Maybe I'll put it in, but I don't know if it's a more personal thing. I don't know, but we'll see. I'll figure something out. I'll send it to you so you can read it in your own time. Yeah. This wonderful fan art which features. But I think this is one of those images where the more you look at it, the more horrifying it gets.
I see a Goggins.
That's the point. That's the only thing I was talking about. You see Woody. You see Johnny from Black Mass.
What is this? Now you see me line up that's just interrupted by Johnny.
Johnny Lee Miller as well, and Sandberg.
2 Johnnies.
Well, anyway,
God.
So thank you. Every day except Tuesdays and Thursdays. What a deep cut there.
God.
Even Freddie wouldn't get that reference. And then he also made something which I think we will be using from now on, perhaps, from Alexis Herrera. No. Couldn't preview
You
file.
really think we'll be using this from now on?
Let me see if I can open it this way. It's a Tom Cnews intro.
Oh, a new one.
So it's it has the same song, and I'm connected
but
to my headphones right now, so you can't hear the song, but you can just picture it in your head.
This is great.
So I think that's incredible, and will be used in every episode from now on.
Cruise thumbs up at the end.
I think the Cruise, first of all, leg break. I'm really happy that made it. Cruise covered in cocaine.
Can we watch it again?
Cruise slapping the booty in his dance moves.
Does he even do that? Oh.
So that's pretty awesome. So thank you,
Tom
Alexis,
Cruise.
and thank you for the very nice email. Thank you so much. Then just wanted to say that the memes on the pod fan pages are
through the roof.
Excellent. Let me just pull this up here. I don't know. Maybe we should have like a segment where we just put in like
some
the best of the memes from the pod.
There are some very good ones. It's
ones.
really weird because it's these like inside jokes that we've then projected onto the pod, and now people are actually getting it.
When Ben and Fred see the Krasinski. I just love the use the word Krasinski there. Also, this was an excellent one, although it doesn't apply to you, but I found it amusing.
Yeah.
Very good. I actually, and also, not even gonna lie, this fan page gives me ideas for videos, because I think I might do this video now. Yeah, no, just to release the Cavill stash cut. I'm all in favor of that.
Good hashtag.
Yeah, please get that trending. There's
also just a picture of the Cruise being angry.
Top 10 chilling photos taken before tragedy from the other fan page. So thank you, Pierce and Cian, for the excellent fan pages. And now for the more wholesome things, some comments from pod. Should we read all these things out? Because maybe we are on a time crunch. But there were some.
These are so good.
There were some very very nice comments. One from Movie Guy on episode 49, where he wrote about how how the pod makes him happier, and from Alexis, and from Awkweird also left a very wholesome nice comment. And then on episode 50. There were also some really nice ones. The one from GC Green, especially, was very nice. I'll put it in here if you want to read it. So we can't read them out because we're on a time crunch, but I just want you to know, when you send these comments and you send these emails as well.
It means a lot.
Yeah, and the tweets, we really appreciate it. And not to get too sappy, but we do...
but we do cry sometimes.
we do really both enjoy... making people's days hopefully a little better, and potentially much worse with our pods.
Probably a lot worse.
But just so you know, we see all these messages. We really appreciate them, and so thank you for all your kind words. Just wanted to put that out there. I think... Oh, and the last thing I want to say, the whole experience of episode 50 was kind of amazing, because it's also the first time I've ever premiered something on YouTube, and so you guys don't know, but I was in that chat, watching
He was in
along.
there with you guys. You could have touched BHL and you didn't even know it.
But I was just watching the live stream, it was I don't know, 25 people watching the whole thing premiere, and there were comments coming in, and it was extremely fun, wholesome, just the whole vibe. It was
I wasn't there for the live thing, but I watched it back with the live chat going up. It was a lot of fun.
It's a very wholesome, fun experience. So just thank you guys for that, and we just had a ton of fun making it, and look, pod's here to stay, so
of course.
Let's get it. Today we're recording 6 more, so let's get on this. Alright, so back to the pod that was recorded a few weeks ago. Time travel, ? Alright, let's go. Goodbye.
The X-Men movies right here.
So, thank you very much for listening. You can find me on YouTube, BHL Hudson, Instagram, Twitter, BHL_Hudson. You can email the pod at bhlhudsonvids@gmail.com.
You can find me on Instagram at FDalgard. You can find me on Twitter at FTK_DaltSniper. And you can find me on YouTube at FTK_Gaming.
So, thank you very much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bana, 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 bana.